My expectations for Auburn this season is to maybe rise into the top 10 initially. If you look at that schedule, 5-0 seems definitely possible.
Their first 5 games are at home. If you beat Penn State in week 3, the Tigers are going to be in the top 15 nationally. Then a couple weeks later, if you beat LSU, you're probably going to be in the top 10.
The Penn State game is pivotal against week 3. But you look at if you get to 8 wins, hell yeah. That is a remarkable turnaround for Bryan Harsin. But you look at the back end of that schedule, it is absolutely brutal.
I just think the West is absolutely loaded, and you think about Arkansas could be as good as they were last year. Mississippi State, this could be the best team that Mike Leach has had there. And then you've got Brian Kelly at LSU. Nothing's changed about Alabama. You still have to play Georgia every year.
Like, Bryan Harsin will be a fit and be able to rally the fan base around him if he shows that he is capable of winning football games. But when you have those teams on the schedule, it then becomes more difficult to put it into practice.
It's interesting because if you look at Las Vegas, like the over-under win total is 6. But if you ask any Auburn fan, how does 7 wins sound? They go, no, that doesn't work for me. They pull up like a Hulk Hogan. It doesn't work for me, brother.
You know, at Auburn, success isn't 7-5. Success is double-digit wins and competing for the SEC title and competing for the national title.
I'm never going to undersell Auburn. I'm never going to think that it's going to be a hard year, even though signs might point to it. It was obviously a rough offseason for Bryan Harsin. Their, golden boy, chosen one quarterback, Bo Nix, has left the program. You've got both coordinators gone, Derek Mason and Mike Bobo. So a lot of turmoil leads to some uncertainty about a season, but I don't count them out.
Auburn's got to put something on the field this fall that Bryan Harsin and his staff can take out on the recruiting trail and say, see, we're getting closer. I think that's why 2022 is so pivotal for them, because it can go a long way in changing that.
I think you can hang your hat a lot on Tank Bigsby, and I think Bryan Harsin will. He realizes how good he is.
You have to get him in space and get him the football because he's arguably the best running back in this conference. But you've got to also blend in not one but 2 different quarterbacks that are coming in. You have a former LSU and Texas A&M quarterbacks now at Auburn. You have a former Auburn quarterback at Oregon. You have a former Georgia quarterback at West Virginia. And we can keep going and play this game. I mean, it's insane what's going on right now and the great game of college football.
They're always going to have good players. They're always going to have immense pride. And Bryan Harsin has to produce.
The reality is, he's a really good football coach. He's a Western guy. There's a different demeanor with the way that they talk and they carry themselves, and I think that came off sometimes as aloof or whatever. The reality is, he can coach football. My hope for Auburn is a season without drama. And I realize that me asking for that is like asking for the ocean to not be wet.
You talk about the most chaotic offseason where you had a coup taking place to replace him. You have an athletic director there who has not been renewed yet, and Alan Green, who I think is an outstanding AD. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. When you're trying to get guys in the transfer portal, you're trying to keep your own guys there. I mean, it's a hard enough job as is.
I thought Bryan Harsin handled all that stuff really well. He's a lot nicer, more patient person than I think I would have been in that situation. It's frustrating, and I would say that that team and those fans deserve better than that.
This is a very pivotal year for them, so I expect them to play a little bit desperate, and a little bit desperate means a lot dangerous.